Welcome to part 3 of this Python programming series. So far, you've learned how to display output using print function, store information in variables, and work with basic data types. Get user input using input function, and convert input into numbers using int and float functions. Now it's time to give your programs a superpower, the ability to make decisions. This is where Python starts to feel like real logic. Your code can choose what to do based on a condition, just like humans make decisions all day. Your program can do the same. The if statement lets your program run certain code only if a condition is true. Here's a simple example. So we're asking the user what is your age. And to show the if statement, if the user enters 18 or more, the message prints. And if they enter 17 or less, nothing happens. So key things to note. Conditions use comparison operators, as you can see here. And the code under if must be indented. And you can do that by tabbing. Indentation tells Python which lines belong to the condition. Another conditional statement is elif. This statement checks more than one condition, stands for else if, letting you chain multiple conditions together. Python checks conditions from top to bottom, and it stops when it finds one that is true. And in this line of code, Python stops when one of these logical answers correlates to the score answer. Now let's build a tiny program that checks a username and password. So first ask for the username and password, and if the username is admin and password is 1234, print login successful. If the password is wrong password. So the last conditional statement, else, is used at the end, and it checks for all the possible wrong answers, and then print user not found. So this introduces another important concept, the and. Both conditions must be true, and or not used in this line, but at least one must be true. You're now starting to combine logic like real applications do. In part 4, we'll learn how to repeat actions automatically using loops. Loops let your program repeat tasks, process lists, build simple games, and automate repetitive work. Before moving on, make sure you're comfortable with writing if, elif, and else statements, the big three statements, comparing values using operators, combining conditions using and or, and indenting code correctly. And make sure to stay tuned for part 5. Hey everyone, because part 3 was a bit short, I'll combine part 4 with part 3. So far you learned how to store data, get user input, make decisions using conditional statements. Now it's time to learn something that every programmer uses constantly, loops. So loops allow your program to repeat actions automatically, which is extremely powerful. Instead of writing the same line of code 10 times, you write it once and let Python repeat it for you. So let's get started. So a loop is a structure that repeats a block of code, as long as certain conditions are met. We mainly use loops when we want to repeat something many times, process items in a list, and keep track for input until something is correct. Build games and interactive program. So Python gives us two main loops. There is a for loop and a while loop. Both repeat code, but use different situations. So the for loop repeats a fixed number of times. So it's great when you know exactly how many times you want to repeat something. Here's a simple example. So for I in range 5, and tell Python to print hello 5 times. So what is range in 5? Range in 5 creates number from 0 up to 4. So the loop runs 5 times. I is a temporary variable that changes each loop. So let's print the numbers to see what happens. And the output will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Python prints it 5 times, starts from index 0. So range 5 doesn't include 5, it stops right at 4. And you can make custom start and stop variables, like for I in range. And you do this by adding a comma, and the output would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The second loop is while loop. It repeats something until something happens, and it repeats as long as a condition is true. So for example, I'm going to make a variable that is 1, and while count is greater than or equal to 5, it's going to continue printing until it adds to 5. And this prints numbers 1 to 5. Unlike a for loop, a while loop doesn't know how many times it will run. It'll just keep going until the conditions become false. An example is a password attempt loop. So the loop continues until the correct password is typed, then it stops, which is Python. And this is a fundamental pattern in an interactive program. So there is a warning about loops. If the condition never becomes false, the loop runs forever. And an example is while true, print infinite. To stop it, you have to close your program manually. But don't worry, you'll get better at avoiding these with practice. So try it yourself. Print numbers 1 to 10 using a for loop. And as you can see here, make a for loop and in range 1 to 10 and print I. And another example is to make a countdown using while loops. So as you can see here, countdown is set to 3, and while countdown is not 0, minus countdown. And the last example is to keep asking for a number until the user enters 10. And set num to any number, and while num is not 10, ask the user to enter 10. Next up, in part 5, you learn how to create functions, reusable blocks of code that keep your programs clean, organized, and professional looking. Before moving on to the next part, make sure you're comfortable with for loops using range, looping through lists using while loops, and avoiding infinite loops.